It's Tuesday, June 20th, coming up live on The View. From why Hollywood's leading ladies just can't resist a musician, to new studies that so-called rude New Yorkers are really sweet as Big Apple Pie, the ladies are taking a bite out of Hot Topics. Plus, Dancing with the Stars champ Drew Lachey is hitting the dance floor with Barbara. Then, Geraldo Rivera's telling the ladies about his sit-down with the hitman who saved his life when the mob had him marked for death. And whether you want to make sure your relationship lasts a lifetime.
Whether he is heading into a war zone or taking on the mob, Geraldo Rivera is a man who definitely does not think of journalism as a desk job. Please welcome back the host of Geraldo at Large, Geraldo Rivera. Welcome back. Stop making out with Barbara.
Oh, we got back a long
You know the famous story when I told everyone that when she was making $1 million in the biggest store in the news world, I said, yeah, I love her breasts.
I remember. About Barbara.
And then Bob Wright's wife, Suzanne Wright, the president of NBC, exiled me after that was printed in Playboy.
For good reason.
I loved her.
She thought it was great.
Barbara liked it.
You win some, you lose some.
Speaking of what women like and what they don't, do you believe in the concept of soulmates? Do you have one? Did you have one?
So, you know, it's an interesting question. I've been, as you know, off divorced. In 2000, I was really a single man. I was
How many marriages have you had?
Right, as if you didn't know.
5.
Thank you. Thank
Is
you.
this 5?
All this trick in the talk show industry. You ask a question, you know the answer. So
the lawyer,
I was
too.
single in 2000, and I was flailing around and dating quite a bit. And then Erica walked into my office, and I had met her before, and I had been with her, you know, socially. But when she walked in, I looked up at her, and I knew that was the closest thing to love at first sight I would ever experience in my life.
Wait
aside
a
from my
minute, you were
children.
married 5 times, 4 other wives. One of them I knew, she was lovely.
We
Cece,
like
Cece,
Cece.
Cece.
We all love Cece. We love
But
Cece.
love at first sight is a different concept.
We said soulmate.
Right.
But it takes you a while sometimes to figure out life. I have figured out life. I'm in 5 years and clean and sober in the sexual area for the first time in my adult life.
No lying, no cheating.
No lying, no
nothing.
cheating. And the amazing thing about it
Are
is...
you a sex addict?
Recovered.
Well, are you? Yeah?
Recovered.
You
maybe.
would you
maybe.
consider it? You
I
asked the right
could
questions.
be.
I'm gonna ask
no,
you.
it's possible.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how much brain power and heart power you liberate when you don't have to think twice before you answer a question about where you were last night.
Yeah. Oh,
Where were you? I was with George at the bowling alley.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you answer the question and it liberates you and it gives you more
Well, what was the
psychic
difference?
energy.
You said this one, this girl, that's your new wife, who's
Erica.
lovely, Erica.
She's not, this is third anniversary.
But you said it was love at first sight. How do you know it wasn't lust at first sight?
Because if it were only lust at first sight, I had been with her socially and not had that same connection. It was definitely a romantic, psychic connection.
I see.
It was the soul connection that you know, this is it. This is the hand I'm playing for the rest of my life.
All right. I'm glad to hear it. That's wonderful.
At one point, let's see, how many years ago? 7 years ago, you thought about running for mayor.
Yeah. That was that same year, 2000.
Okay. Are you thinking about it now?
Oh, no. It's, I mean, at that time...
After you've admitted you're a sex addict, I think it's a very good slogan.
I went on a Jay Leno show at the time, and I said, New Yorkers will forgive me my trespasses, and he said, no, they won't. No, but I was seriously considering. Remember, Giuliani had, before 9/11, he had created racial tension in this city that was historic. I mean, it was so, he exacerbated the relationships between the different boroughs, the different ethnic groups, the races, and I thought that what the city needed was a healer. So who better to heal a city like New York than someone with a Jewish mother and a Puerto Rican father, who was born and basically raised here, you know? So that wasn't my only platform, but I seriously considered it. I did polling, and in the polls I beat Bloomberg, but then I heard he was going to spend $100 million, and I didn't want to give my children's trust fund.
But Bloomberg has been a very good mayor.
He's
don't
an
you?
excellent mayor. I
He's
think
a
a
healer.
historically,
Yeah, we like him.
historically fine mayor, and he could be a great president.
He would be
also.
good. Does he have any checkered background like you do, though? Because, you know, Giuliani
Not
is
so
divorced.
far.
He can't run.
I don't know about
Of course
Bloomberg. He is
Giuliani
divorced.
can run. What do you mean?
Look,
Yeah,
a lot of people say that because he was, you know, with another woman while he was married, that will...
you know,
the
I
Republican
think
Party? Hello?
Okay, let's get back to Geraldo.
He likes that kind of talk, right?
Back to Geraldo.
Geraldo will talk about this all
Back
day,
to Geraldo.
politics.
You bet. Okay, but you know, you always have a little controversy. Now you have something. It says you went one-on-one with a mob hitman
Who wanted to kill me?
who wanted to kill you.
Were you dating one of his wives?
Separate stories.
Because you did an ambush interview. I mean,
15 years ago.
we have a little something to show on it.
The mob wars in Philadelphia, early 1990s. A guy named John Stampa was the Teflon Don of Philadelphia. Old school, a Sicilian.
You're doing a story on this?
5-time murderer in prison now, but at the time I confronted him, and I think you have the tape of the confrontation. And as a result of the confrontation, what I did not know at the time is that Stanfa put a hit out on my life, and the man who was going to do the hit, Tommy Horsehead Scafini, who later went to
Dated
that's his
him.
real name. I fell in love with Tommy Horsehead.
I know.
I am lost. I am totally lost.
Anyway,
Let's look at this.
Horsehead, well, this is me.
The St. John Newman's High School graduate also talked about a mob plot to kill Fox News correspondent Geraldo Rivera after this confrontation between Rivera and former mob boss John Stanfa in the mid-90s.
Get out of here!
Can I speak with you just for a minute, though?
Get out of here from my place!
Scafidi says Stanfa was fuming at Rivera for the ambush interview, and he wanted revenge. Scafidi had this to say to Rivera.
If you came back to the city again during that mob war, I'll tell you for a fact, and I can back everything up I'm saying. You, your cameraman, or whoever else you would have walked into that city would have never left that city alive.
The guy
Okay,
says
so what's this all about?
So
Where
I
are
didn't
we
die.
now?
He didn't kill me. He went to jail instead, and he came out to tell the story, and now I'm telling the story. I interviewed the guy in person.
This is the guy who actually got the hit.
This was the guy that got the order to do the hit.
and
So it's real. You know, it's different if people, they want to kill
So
you.
it's
You
deep.
know,
You're
they
sitting
want to
there,
kill you.
yeah.
They want to kill you. But when it's a specific guy and he's in the business of murder, it really gets your attention.
Were you
Makes
scared?
you
Weren't you
think.
scared? You seem so, you know,
It's not as
cavalier
scary
about
as
it.
coming with you all here.
This from a man who showed up last week, a week early for his interview.
Well, I said you said you could do the view
Yeah.
on Tuesday. I thought it was on Monday, so I thought it was Tuesday.
He was here with us. You know why? That's because you fit right in.
I love you, man. I love my girl.
Geraldo and Lauren can be seen weekdays. Check your local listings, and we'll be right back. Make sure you
You're the funniest, Geraldo.